would be filing an amended lawsuit against Baldoni and party. Well, they're not ready. Her fee-list lawyers sent a letter to the judge, Judge Lyman, asking for an extension.
Blake Lively's learning the hard way that court is not Hollywood. She's now made multiple attempts to gag Justin Baldoni and his attorney, now wants the case dismissed, and now is fighting back against his deposition. So in a newly released letter, we are now finding out that Blake Lively is not happy with Justin Baldoni's attorney, Brian Friedman.
For those who are not in the Hollywood world, what is wrong with her taking over the film?
I've never seen it before in my 30-plus year career in Hollywood. And an executive producer is below a producer in the film world. An executive producer signed up to be an executive producer, and that's...
A judge has struck a deadly blow to Blake Lively's alleged plot in the very controversial Justin Baldoni trial, which is a shocking development. What was ostensibly a legal battle focused on Baldoni has abruptly taken an unexpected turn, with Lively's role being closely examined. Reports state that the judge wasted no time in dismantling what some have called a despicable attempt to sway the case's decision. As emotions in the courtroom rise, the decision about Lively's involvement might have a significant impact on her career and reputation.
A judge has denied Blake Lively's request for a gag order against Justin Baldoni and his team of attorneys. There was a hearing today where both parties argued their sides. Blake Lively and her team argued that Justin Baldoni's attorney shouldn't speak to the media, so that's why they requested the gag order. But Justin's team argued that Blake Lively did the same thing, referencing the original article in the New York Times. While the judge ruled that there would be no gag order, both sides have now been ordered to follow New York's rules of professional conduct, which prevents lawyers from prejudicing theirs with comments. So the attorneys are still allowed to talk to the press in order to defend their clients from bad publicity. Blake's team also made a complaint to the judge about Justin's new website dedicated to the...
Actress Blake Lively and director Justin Baldoni are still at odds in their court battle. A significant step forward was the recent ruling by a federal judge to deny Lively's comprehensive request for Baldoni's phone records.
Lively's team had asked to subpoena Justin Baldoni's phone, and not only Justin Baldoni, the entire team that had sued, meaning like 5 or 6 people, and they want not only to look at text messages in regards to the case, but in regards to everything.
And they want to go 1.5 years.
Yes. With even their internet browser history, so they whatever they Google. I mean, if they do that on anyone's phone, you're gonna find stuff that are suspicious, don't you think? I mean, you Google many weird things. I think for them to ask this to Justin Baldoni's text to his wife, I mean, isn't that outrageous?
It sounds like a chuka.
Yeah. Or like Justin Baldoni's lawyer called it, fishing expedition, which is a word on purpose, I think, because that's a word that judges don't really like. And this is like he also about, this is not a criminal case, and Blake is not the FBI. This is a civil case. So I think asking for this, do you think they're going to get it from the judge?
Not altogether. In fact, it is you can do it in defamation cases, though.
Yeah, but I think limited in defamation.
Lively accused Baldoni of misconduct during the filming of the film, which sparked the argument between the two. She said that when she raised concerns about improper behavior on set, Baldoni and his employees began a smear campaign against her. In response, Baldoni charged Lively, her husband, Ryan Reynolds, and her publicist, Leslie Sloan, with trying to sabotage his reputation and career. As part of her litigation strategy, Lively's legal team subpoenaed Baldoni's phone records from 2022 onward. They wanted evidence to support her claims that a campaign of retaliatory smears had begun in August 2024. However, considering the length of the alleged smear campaign, Judge Louis Lyman thought these subpoenas were too intrusive and out of proportion to the needs of the case. By withdrawing the broad request, he let Lively's team to make more targeted requests for specific texts related to her claims.
It turns out that Blake Lively was caught on tape talking about how she manipulates people around her in order to take control of the movies upon which she works.
Oops!
I knew that they just wanted me to show up and look cute and stand on a little pink sticker where I'm supposed to go and say what I'm supposed to say. But I also knew that that wasn't fulfilling for me, that I wanted to be a part of storytelling, that I wanted to be a part of the narrative, whether that be in the writing, in the costume design, in creating the character. Sometimes I would have people who really resented that because they were like, we just need to be an actor. Yet when I went in the meetings, I would just seem I'm just there to be the actor and ready to get the gig. I wouldn't know that I actually need to have authorship in order to feel filled.
Oh my God. And then she did exactly that to Justin Baldoni. Like, if you want to write your own script, you should go write your own script. If you want to sign on to a movie with the ending that you're going to actually make script changes, then great. But if the idea is that you sign on as an actor and then you turn around and try to take control of the script, this makes you a jerk.
In addition to text messages related to the lawsuit, Blake and her team asked for access to all private chats, site searches, and browsing history over the previous 2.5 years. This request includes browser information, call logs, text messages, and internet search history. The subpoenas, which are meant to gather evidence of Lively's claims of a coordinated attempt to discredit Baldoni, are also directed at many other individuals associated with her. He allegedly told Blake Lively that Justin Baldoni had made comments about her weight. However, sources say that since Baldoni's remarks were only a response to the trainer's questions, Lively's discomfort may have been the consequence of a misunderstanding. This incident demonstrates the sensitive and complex nature of private interactions in professional contexts. Blake Lively also filed a lawsuit against Justin Baldoni, alleging that he distressed her by making her outfit appear sexy. There are allegations that Lively has used similar language while discussing other people's attire, despite her insistence that the comments were inappropriate. This discrepancy has led to concerns about workplace professionalism and unfair treatment. Baldoni's attorney, Brian Friedman, has categorically denied allegations that his client attempted to damage Lively's reputation. Friedman contends that Lively's team created a vicious campaign that included the allegations by manipulating the media and using out-of-context content. He emphasizes that instead of intentionally trying to denigrate Lively, Baldoni's crisis management team adhered to standard protocols and focused on preparing for potential outcomes. Friedman asserts that the narrative against Baldoni is obviously false and promises to provide evidence to support his client's assertions. Blake Lively's purported effort to take over the project has stunned many in the industry. Attorney Brian Friedman, who represents Justin Baldoni, voiced his surprise, stating that he had never seen anything like in his 30 years of business. Friedman argues that Lively's alleged attempts to steer the film's direction are not just rare, but also highly manipulative. As legal battles intensify, WME CEO Ari Emanuel has spoken out in favor of Blake Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds. Emanuel referred to Lively's charges as overblown and hailed the two as remarkable people. His comments underscore the deepening divide in Hollywood brought about by Lively and Justin Baldoni's ongoing spat. Author Colleen Hoover, whose book It Ends With Us was adapted into the controversial film, had voiced concerns about the book's trajectory years prior. In emails to Justin Baldoni, she expressed concern that her story might be misread as a romantic comedy and therefore lose its original purpose. These early worries now lend another layer to the continuing disputes over the film's production. What are your thoughts on this acrimonious legal dispute? Do you think Blake Lively's actions were appropriate, or is Justin Baldoni being unfairly singled out? Share your opinions in the space provided for comments below.